Hello, wonderful people. So today I'm going to continue my track from scratch series. This is going to be the mix down and hopefully final arrangement. There may be a fourth video with, final track output, but I'm going to try to get it all done here in this video. In any case, where I'm starting is after I've recorded my quick arrangement into the arrangement view. Basically, everything that I had made in the previous video is in the arrangement, and I'm going to just remind you what that sounds like. So yeah, as you can hear, mix down isn't perfect. There's a lot of things that are unbalanced, and that's what we're going to deal with here. We may do some additional arrangement in order to make the track gel better. Right now it's kind of blocky, it sounds blocky, and the mix is way off. So where I'm going to go with this first is I'm going to go into the mixer. And the way that I mix my drums is that I send them through the master. So down here I click on master, and I'm going to go over, and I'm going to go into submix 1, and we're going to call that kick. We want that to be the kick. Then submix 2 is going to be drums. And on both of those, we're going to go into the effect, and we're going to do a limiter at the end. Just default. We're also going to do a limiter at the end on the drums. So, and then additionally, we're going to have a compressor on the drums. We're also going to do a little bit of other submixing too, but I'll probably do that with individual drums, right? So most of the drums are going to come through 2, but some things may go through submix 3 or 4, depending on what I decide later on. Okay, so going back to the arrangement, let's get out of the master. The first thing we're going to want to do is go into and find the kick drum, which is this 909 kick drum that I have here. Not a 909, it's actually recorded off the RD9. And the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to go into my IO and go to mixer into the submixer, right? And I'm going to make sure that that one is selected, and audio out, I'm going to go to sub 1. Then in the rest of the mixer, I'm going to go through and go submix 2. So everything else is going to go through sub 2 as far as drums is concerned. There may be some things that get rerouted later on. We'll do that on an individual drum basis. So now everything that I have drum-wise is coming through those 2 buses. And if we go into the volume here, we can turn the kick up. Get it down just below 0, and same with the drums. Already that's much tighter. Okay, that's good, that's good. There's another thing that I need to do, and we'll go into the clip to do this. We're going to go here, and let's just play the clip itself. Some of this stuff needs to be affected. So this needs to be going through its own channel on the master. So let's go into the mixer, into the pad mixer. We're going to select that drum, and then we're going to send that through sub 3. Because I want to do a little bit of additional compression and maybe even distortion on just that sound. So let's go into the master and go to submix 3. We'll call that bass. And close that, and then go into the effects, and we'll put a compressor, and we will put a distortion. Right, so now we're going to change. That's not all. We also need to adjust the way that that sound is playing back. It's just a little bit too it's a little bit too harsh, a little bit too round, a little bit too full. So let's go into the drums, select that drum, and I'm going to go into the amp envelope here. I'm going to change it to AHDS, and I'm going to kind of adjust the way that these envelopes are playing back. So now it's kind of out of the way of the kick drum a lot better. So now if we go into the master in the mixer here and we go show the volume, the bass can be turned up a little bit. The kick drum, we can put a compressor on. Then there's another sound that's in there that needs something. We'll have to figure out which one it is. Okay, so it's this one. It has a little bit of pitch to it. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the pad mixer here, and we're going to just add, get out of the master pad mixer there. We're going to add an effect. That effect is going to be a delay, and we're going to do we'll just do the diffusion delay, I guess. And let's change the pattern. That's a little bit more unique sounding. It doesn't have that that kind of clippy pop 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 going on. Right. Okay, so let's go back into the arrangement. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out both the kick drum and the bass drum from the beginning. So I'm going to shift record, and I'm going to hold down delete while holding down the two drums that I'm going to be deleting, right? So I'm just going to hit play, and I'm going to bring the drums and the bass out until Let's go to 9, bar 9. That did not work, so let's try this again. Actually, you know, let's do it the old-fashioned way. We'll just go in here, and we'll take the bass, and let's zoom in, and then we'll just take it out to bar 9 here. Delete. Delete. And then we just need to find the kick drum. Where is the kick drum? It's probably there. And let's take that out until the 9. And then we have a little bit more of a also this first pad that's playing, it's playing from my DeepMind, so it's a little bit loud. All I'm going to do there is I'm going to turn down the mixer so that it just comes through the mixer a little bit less. So hold on one sec and I'll be right back. So I just turned down the mixer on my DeepMind. Through and selectively remove some drum hits and some bass. On bar 41. So a quick, looks like 15 minutes later, I have mixed this track. I've added a little bit of extra effects. I've changed the way that it sounds significantly and dealt with any extra loud sounds. And now it's ready to record into my DAW. I'm using Ableton Live, and I'm just going to record it into my DAW, and I guess I'll upload this as a file that you guys can download as a link in this video. Anyway, I hope this shows you how I'm doing my stuff and how easily you can follow these steps and make music of your own, and you can get really gritty with it, and you can get down to the very small bits of your track and edit them and make them totally unique as much as you can. I hope you enjoyed this exhibition, and may the force be with you.